morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome back to, I'm calling these Live with Lydia because it's kind of corny and I like corny. So, Live with Lydia. Today is, it's Friday, so I'm going to do Friday favorites today on my live video. So, number one on my Friday favorites, the DAZ podcast, obviously. A new episode is out today. It's all about email marketing, and Kate from Cobblestone Creative joined me today, and we talked about email and how whenever I first started my business, I knew that I should have an email list, but I realized it took a lot of effort to put into that, and I didn't think I necessarily needed that, and she confirmed that I was correct in that thinking, that it was important to connect with customers. But now that I'm in a different place in my business, I've realized that I do need an email list. So you can go and listen to my interview with her, where we talk about email and how we can use that in your own business. And I'm proud to say I have my email list up on my website. So you can go to my website and a little box will pop up where you can enter your email address. And what I'm going to send to you is, I believe, as of right now, every Friday I'm going to send you an email with a link for the podcast and some thoughts and things that went on that week and things that are coming up and reminders and QuickBooks questions that you need answered. And I'll probably send out some other emails as more tax deadlines come, and especially at the beginning of the year and the end of the year when you're getting your bookkeeping together. If I get the same question a lot, I'll probably put it in an email and give an explanation for it. So if you are a small business owner, these emails are going to be for you. I'm not going to send them out every day or like twice a day. Like, I don't have time for that. So go ahead and go to my website, lydiagmiller.com, and you can sign up for that. So number two on my Friday fall favorites on Live with Lydia is fall food. Last night, whenever I get really stressed, I love to make like a really seasonal dinner. That's one of the things that I really love to do. It's just me and my husband, but I like to do it. I think it's fun. So whenever I do this, I always cook out of Danielle Walker's Against All Grain Celebrations book. It's the most beautiful cookbook I've ever seen, and they're all gluten-free, dairy-free, paleo, and I don't even really eat that way. We're trying to get to where we do because we'd feel a lot better. I woke up this morning feeling so much better after not eating grains yesterday. But I want to show you guys what I made, just the pictures in the book, because mine did not turn out as beautiful, but it was still a lot of fun. Okay, so I made this right here, this roasted Brussels sprouts with bacon jam. Oh my gosh, I do not like Brussels sprouts, but this was amazing. And then I also made, pumpkin bread, and I made pumpkin spice latte. That looks so good. Okay, so I made pumpkin spice latte, just the mix. I didn't necessarily make coffee. I put it in my coffee this morning. It was pretty good. I think I messed it up. I think I let it boil for way too long, so I'm actually going to redo it tonight probably to try to do it correctly this time. I wasn't paying quite enough attention to it, but that, oh my gosh, it was so good. And out of her Meals Made Simple cookbook, something's going on back here. Out of her Meals Made Simple cookbook, I made the pumpkin bread, and that was delicious. Mine fell. It came out of the oven. It was like really tall and delicious. I think I used the wrong size pan, but the house smelled like fall. I woke up this morning and the house still smelled like fall with all the spices that we used. And then we had steak and Brussels sprouts last night for dinner. It was so good. It was delicious. It's one of my favorite things to do. It definitely, when I was done, I felt I felt more relaxed, even though it was a lot of work. It took me like 3 hours to make all of it because of the jam and everything else that we were baking. So it took a long time, but I felt so refreshed afterwards. And then I went to bed at like 8:30 last night. So that was definitely a favorite from the week. And number three. So number one was a podcast episode. Number two, the fall food. Number three, I am going to a networking event this afternoon. And I don't typically go to networking events because they are stressful for me to be places that I don't know anybody and that I don't know who I'm going to talk to and things like that. And I have a few people there that I know, but not over the majority. I don't know anybody there, and I've never done this before. So it's pretty stressful for me, but I'm going to do it. And it's a favorite because I know I need to start doing this more. whenever I first started my business, I thought that I could get away with just being behind the computer and just messaging people and seeing if they needed help. But I think I've definitely realized that you have to be in front of people. You have to meet people in person. You have to do these lives. You have to really have people get to know you, and you kind of have to do that by stepping out of your comfort zone. So I'm stepping out of my comfort zone today. I'm going to this meeting. If you're local to Pensacola, if you own a business, this is a great event from what I hear. It's at the Gulf Coast Kids House. So if you're going to be there, let me know. We can like sit together. That'd be amazing. So I'll let you know how it goes later on today. And number 4, I wrote all these down because I have to have lists. Number 4, QuickBooks. So this is my 4th favorite thing, is obviously QuickBooks. So this is the first week of the month. So that means all the bank statements came in the mail this week, or you got them all online, which is mostly where I get them. And once you get your bank statement, you need to log into QuickBooks and you need to reconcile your bank account. And here's how you do that. You go up to, if you're using QuickBooks Online, go to the gear icon and click Reconcile. And then you'll see the last date that you reconciled on. And if it was on, I guess it'd be August 31st. Yeah, August 31st, I believe. And then you will enter in the ending balance for September 30th. And then you'll enter in the date as September 30th, and then all your transactions will pop up that you've entered and that you can check mark if they cleared through the bank, and then the difference should be 0. That's in a nutshell how you reconcile. If you are way behind and you need to enter everything, don't do that. I talked about this a few days ago on a live on how you can do that easier so that you don't have to actually manually enter anything. So if you're struggling with that still, you need to go to my profile and you need to click the word book and set up an hour with me, and we can go through all of that. I can show you how to do it. Each bank is a little bit different. I can show you how to download the CSV file, how to upload it into QuickBooks, and then how you can reconcile, and then what you need to do after that, because that's not the last step. Even though getting the information is important for your bookkeeping, it's more important it's first important to have everything in QuickBooks. The second most important thing is make sure everything is categorized correctly. So you need to make sure you're doing all of that if you own a small business, especially for tax time and even just for decision making. You need to know what you're spending money on. There's been several times that I've reconciled my bank statement and realized that a transaction came out, or that I signed up for a free month trial of something and I never canceled it, so I ended up paying for the month, and then I have the opportunity to go back and cancel it so I don't keep paying money. So it's things like that. Or if you want to have your expenses below a certain percentage of your income, you're not really going to know that unless you have the information in QuickBooks where you can get to it. So those are some important things for why you need to have everything in there, and I would love to help you. Go to the button on my profile that says book, or you can go to my website, lydiagmiller.com. It's on the very front page. You can book a 1-hour Zoom call with me and we can go through what you need to do for that. So those are my Friday favorites on Live with Lydia. So again, go to the podcast, listen to the podcast episode. I got a few more guests booked this week that I am like so excited about. Like, you guys, I cannot wait to interview them and to share the episodes with you guys. I was very southern. The marketing series is going to go, I'm looking at my calendar right now on the wall. It's going to go until the end of November. So November 30th will be the last day of the marketing series, and then December 7th will be the first day of the technology series. And I don't even know how long that one's going to go, but we're going to talk about Instagram and Pinterest and social media, and then softwares you can use and things to make your business run better, and the lingo behind technology and all of those things that I don't know anything about. We're going to talk about some tools that you can use in your own business. I'm going to try to have somebody on to talk about podcasting, Fridays of a podcast. I used Pat Flynn's course to do that. I would love to have him on, maybe email him about that. So stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a wonderful Friday, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye.